All right, obviously not our best day. Um, didn't shoot it well. Didn't from the field, um, or especially the free throw line. But our breakdowns were defensively. We couldn't. I knew going in. Said it on the pregame radio. Um, they asked what I saw when I turned on the tape. I saw um, a very poor matchup for us. The way that we were constructed. Um, and then they had a sickness that took one of their guys out, which is somebody that our five men can guard. And they were able to play, and he was out, and they were able to play five out, and it really hurt us. Our ability to one on the perimeter control the basketball, and then they had a post player that could really stretch the floor and shoot. Basically, he's a perimeter player, just flip, and you put us in some bad spots. And we were able to go to the guard lineup and get a few things solved from that standpoint. But we just couldn't keep the ball in front of us. So our inability to guard basketball one on one really hurt us today. And then they got us, obviously when they get into penetration pitch, got us into some their driving kick game, which was going to be an issue for us. But we don't match up well with teams that have post players that can really stretch the floor like that. Um, and then we didn't have the effort today that to combat that. So we were poorly prepared to compete the way that we needed to compete today.
Yeah, when you kind of run into teams that pose matchup problems for you guys, how do you as a coach, how does that process of trying to find a five that works against a team that poses some of those matchup
Well,
problems?
we knew it going in, but they had a guy out there that plays about 26, 28 minutes a game. That was a decent matchup for us. Um, like I said, he was out. Um, so it moved them, and they were just able to spread us out and stretch us. Wanted to combat that with, um, really pounding it inside early. We just weren't able to finish some baskets, weren't able to convert some free throws. We did get them into some foul trouble in those positions, which wasn't necessarily great either. But our inability to keep the ball in front of us and guard one on one is a problem.
They were able to take advantage, especially from the 3-point line tonight. How much of that did you feel is just tough shot making from NIU, and how much of it is what you've kind of been talking about, a little bit of that struggle to defend one on one?
That's I mean they made 13 a night. They make they're one of the higher end 3-point shooting teams in our league. They make a little over nine a game coming in. That'll be a little bit higher now. Um, but we knew it was a major part of their game. Um, but we had to be able to defend the 3-point line. To be able to do that, you got to be able to defend the basketball. We couldn't defend the basketball, so then you help. We helped, late in some situations. They drive and kick, and then they're shooting rhythm shots. So they got us in some situations where they just got some guys isolated, attacked them one on one, and then when you got to bring the help, they did an excellent job of sharing the basketball.
Yeah. And as a team, rebounding efforts sometimes seem to be a little bit of a struggle tonight, even at times when Ben and Peyton were in the game. Why did you feel, even with that height advantage when they were in the game, did you feel like rebounding seemed to be at times a little bit of a
I think
struggle?
I think it was effort. I think it's just a whole thing of rotations. Um, defensively that got us out of position, and then just not being able to win the one on one matchup to get the rebound. So, I think our minds, for whatever reason, um, we thought I'm not sure our guys respected Northern Illinois the way that they needed to, um, and that's on me. I've got to find another way to communicate to these guys and let them know um, my concerns heading into this game. Obviously, those didn't get communicated clearly enough. Otherwise, we wouldn't have played as poorly as we did. So,
Okay.
and then just you've got to be, we've talked about it before, like you've got to be so mentally into every one of these games. You see it across the country. You see Michigan get blown out of Mackey. You see Illinois getting blown out on their home floor. Like there's so much parity in this game that if you're not wired up to play each and every game, um, you know, nights like this happen. So very disappointed with that.
Yeah. Over these past few games, Ethan's offense has kind of taken a step up. Even despite the two losses that you guys have suffered in this 3 game stretch here. What kind of an element does it add having Ethan being able to kind of step up offensively?
Yeah, I mean, he can do a little bit of everything. Uh, you know, he uh, he can really impact things defensively if you need him to be better in doing so and bringing some guys with him. He's been around. Um, he won a conference championship at Boston, so he knows what that takes. Um, you know, he needs to become, and he's as comfortable as anybody we have, but he needs to become more comfortable being a vocal leader because he has that experience and he knows what it takes to be a part of a good program. Um, but no, it's always good to have somebody like that that you can that accepts their role, and we're bringing him off the bench. He's been giving us a spark, and we need him to continue to do that.
Yep. Yeah, last question I got here for you. Free throws were kind of an issue for both sides tonight, but how frustrating is it for you to kind of see that kind of continue to be a theme throughout this year?
Yeah, I don't think I'd call it a theme. Um, I think we got some guys that step up and make free throws. I never make a huge deal out of free throws. We work on it every day, put them in situations where it's competitive, um, so they can work on it. You got to step up and make free throws. Um, and part of that is, you're not going to make every one. You're going to step up. You're going to miss one. Can you step up and compete and get dialed in to compete on the next time you step to the free throw line and make the shot? Um, but I think that's just a reflection of where our minds were today, because we have no business going 13 of 28 from the free throw line in a 10-point loss.